This is your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
Good morning, East Alabama to West Georgia. Welcome to your Thursday. Thank you, Miss Donna McKay, Mayor, and the Council there at the Town of Wadley over on the West Bank for being a supporter here on Dr. Don's Weather. We appreciate the Town of Wadley. What a beautiful place. If you hadn't spent much time in Wadley, we invite you to do so. Just go have a sit down, enjoy some great folks, and enjoy the beauty of Wadley, Alabama. Thank you guys for supporting us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Also, this guy right here can handle your insurance. You folks over in Wadley, hey, he's got you covered. All you got to do is get in touch with him by scanning the QR code on the screen. You can click the link at the top of the video, or you can call Jamie at 256-831-7770 to find out how much money Jamie can save you. Now, there's zero obligation, doesn't cost you a dime, only takes a couple of minutes to find out how much Jamie can put back in your pocket. Get in touch with Jamie Dukas today to find out how much money he can save you. Also, don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel. Be sure you click that subscribe button. It is free. And hit that little bell so that when we go live to cover severe weather, you'll get that notification. You don't always get that on Facebook. That's why it's very important to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, we see a little something on the screen this morning that we haven't seen this week, and that is a possibility of an afternoon scattered shower or thunderstorm. Now, the chances are not very good, but at least we have a chance. We haven't had a chance at all this week, so we'll give you a slight chance of an afternoon scattered thunderstorm across East Alabama and West Georgia this afternoon. As we head into Friday, we'll maintain a slight risk of a shower or thunderstorm. The oppressive heat will come back on Friday. Now, today is going to be hot, but not quite as hot. Tomorrow, yeah, it's back, wide open. I mean, we're going back up into the mid to upper 90s on Friday. And then again on Saturday, we'll also throw in a chance of a scattered shower on Saturday afternoon as well. So here's the heat deal. This is an excessive heat advisory that's in effect for today. You see, West Alabama actually has an excessive heat warning in effect, and that's basically from Birmingham west to the Mississippi state line. The counties you see in orange, which would include Talladega and Coosa and Elmore in our coverage area, also Calhoun, is under a heat advisory. So if you're going to be outside in those counties today, be very careful. And then tomorrow, boom, it's back. So we'll have the entire area covered under a heat advisory on Friday. Lots of folks planning to go to high school football on Friday evening, and I highly encourage you to do so. It'll be opening weekend in the state of Alabama. But be prepared. When you go to those stadiums, especially those stadiums that face the west, it's going to be extremely hot. So make sure that you're prepared to deal with the heat in those stadiums, at least until the sun goes down tomorrow evening as we kick off high school football in Alabama. So let's take a look at the tropics. We actually have something to be concerned about now. Let me get the other stuff out of the way first. Everything except that spot you see in the Gulf of Mexico is eventually going to turn off to the north and most likely won't be a big deal for the United States. Now, Franklin is turning north, but it's going to come pretty close to the Atlantic seaboard, I think close enough to cause some wave action at least. And you folks up there in Maine, extreme northeastern U.S., will have to pay attention to Franklin. But the southeastern United States as a whole won't see much off of Franklin. Those other two out there in the central Atlantic will turn off to the north. But what we're going to have to pay attention to is that area that we may see develop down in the Caribbean, up in the southern Gulf of Mexico. That could potentially become a system that could affect the southeastern United States next week. Right now, the long-range data suggests that we'll see a tropical system develop in the southern Gulf of Mexico and then probably turn off to the northeast across the Big Bend area of Florida. So you folks from Tampa up to Jacksonville, maybe up to Savannah, need to really pay attention to this. Southeast Alabama, northwest Florida, maybe Panama City, east, you can't let your guard down because it hasn't even formed yet. So there are a lot of things that could still take place to alter the eventual track of this system. We don't know if it makes it to depression status, tropical storm, or maybe even a weak hurricane. We don't know that yet. It's still way too early, but there are a lot of indications out there that we will see something develop in the Gulf of Mexico toward the end of the weekend, first part of next week, and this is probably a mid-week event, maybe Wednesday or Thursday of next week. And for now, it looks like it's going to be a Florida issue, but we can't rule out multiple possibilities. So if you're anywhere really in the southeastern United States, you need to stay in tune with what's going on with that area that we're expecting to develop down in the northern Caribbean or southern Gulf of Mexico over the next several days. And that's really the only thing out there that we have to be concerned about right now. Current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms down in 5 Points, Alabama, 72 degrees. We do have cloudy skies. Wind is calm. We have 97% humidity. The barometric pressure 30.04. 72-degree dew point. No rain the past 24 hours. High temperature yesterday was 92. Sunrise this morning at 6:09. The sun sets this evening at 7:18 p.m. So we're making it 92 this afternoon in Roanoke. That's about a degree cooler than where we made it yesterday. Still going to be hot, though. 94 in Ashland, 94 over in Lineville, 93 up in Wedowee. We'll top out at 94 in Franklin. You folks over there on Lake Martin are just baking. How about 96 this afternoon in Alexander City and 94 down in Auburn. Here's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. We're going to give you a 20% chance of a shower this afternoon. Most of you won't see a drop, but don't be surprised if you have a passing shower. 92 will be the high, down to 71 tonight. We'll maintain that 20% chance of showers during the evening. Then on Friday, slight chance of a shower in the afternoon. Right now, we don't have a chance for tomorrow night, but it's going to be stifling hot as you guys head to the ball games tomorrow evening. Just be prepared for that. As soon as the sun goes down, it'll be okay. 93 will be your high on Friday. Then on Saturday, at the moment, I don't have a chance of rain in there, but looking at the medium range guidance, I think we'll probably see a chance of rain pop up on Saturday by tomorrow morning's forecast. 95 will be the high. It won't be a good chance of rain. It's just going to be hot on Saturday and Sunday, both 95 degrees. Heat index values will be over 100, probably in the 104 to 109 range. I would expect an excessive heat advisory for both Saturday and Sunday. And we'll give you a 20% chance of showers Sunday afternoon. We'll up that chance of rain by the time we get to the first part of next week. A 40% chance of rain on Monday. And look at Tuesday. Wow, that's going to feel wonderful. High temperature of only 86 degrees, and we're going to give you a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. So there is rain and clouds at the end of the tunnel. Typically, we look for sun at the end of the tunnel. Now we want some clouds, and we want some cooler temperatures. So I think that's coming by the time we get out there to Monday and Tuesday of next week. So So here's your Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar this morning. A couple of things I want to point out. Number one, here's Franklin, and Franklin is, again, it's turning back to the northeast now. Then it's going to curve back to the north, maybe making Category 2 status in the next several days. But if it continues that track, you could see it up here around Boston or Maine. But I think maybe it depends on if this high pressure, we've got double barrel high pressure up here around Boston. If that gets out of the way, then it could end up being an issue up there. If that high pressure hangs on, then I would expect this storm system to curve back off to the northeast once again. All this stuff out in the central Atlantic going north. This one will turn north. But again, the one we got to keep an eye on is going to be this system down here in the Caribbean. And it has not developed yet, but we think it will develop somewhere within this brown-hatched area. And then right now, it looks like it's going to continue north and then eventually curve back to the northeast, somewhere north of Tampa, up here in the Big Bend area of Florida. So, again, heads up anywhere in the state of Florida, especially central and south Alabama, middle and southern Georgia, up here in the Carolinas. And let's watch this together because, again, it hasn't even developed yet. So there are a lot of things that could still change the eventual track of this storm if it develops at all. So the next couple of days, we'll watch this for you and bring you updates. But we do now have something on the board that could potentially be an issue for the southeastern United States as we get toward the middle of next week. So we got to keep that in mind. Taking a look at the radar here at home, as we get a little bit closer for you across Alabama and Georgia, you can see that we are high and dry this morning. Nothing showing up on the radar. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitter. It's at DSTREN1040. We broadcast all of our weather information on Twitter, just as we do on Facebook, YouTube, and at DrDonWX.com. That's our home on the World Wide Web. Don't forget to text the word alert to 265-540-8664 so that you'll sign up for Randolph County Alerts. This is for Randolph County citizens. If you want to get weather alerts and any information that emergency management may need to pass along to you, road closures, that sort of thing, then make sure you text the word alert to that number you see on the screen. iSchool Sports Network is alive and well. We've got the premiere 5-6, which will be on the air tonight from Guthrie's in Roanoke, talking about Randolph County sports. And the topic tonight is going to be football for sure, and they're going to talk local football, local sports, and they'll also be talking SEC football. So that is live this evening, and then of course they'll have all the Randolph County games on the air for you on Friday night as we kick off the first weekend of high school sports, high school football across East Alabama and West Georgia. Hope y'all have a fantastic Thursday, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning for another edition of your Primetime Forecast.
This has been your Primetime Forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your Primetime Forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.